today is going to be a insane episode of social media for your boring biz. I am going to be joined by Rebecca Reynolds, who has 181,000 followers here on TikTok, 19,000 followers on Facebook, and she's going to give us all of her secrets. I am just waiting for her to pop up as my friends who can go live with me. So if you are ready to hear about how to grow your TikTok account, we're going to talk about the type of content that she used to go viral with, which is really interesting. Rebecca is a marketer, but she started her account actually as a mom account. And I think that a lot of people who are looking to grow on TikTok kind of struggle to know whether or not they should be niching down, just posting about business, posting about family, posting about whatever. So you're definitely going to want to stick around. I'm just, like I said, waiting for her to pop up here so that we can start our live. Every Tuesday, I go live with another marketer here on TikTok. It's 1 p.m. Central Time, my time. So you can always find me here talking about how to use TikTok for your business. So I own a social media marketing agency, and I manage about 15 different TikTok accounts for 6 and 7 figure businesses. Oh, she is not popping up. Let's see here. Oh, I'm in South Texas and it is pretty hot outside today. Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Yay. I'm so glad you got it to work.
Yeah, it just took a second to connect. I realized I turned off my Wi-Fi. So I was like, okay, that's why it's struggling.
Got it. Okay, cool. So I'm super excited to have you today. I was just kind of talking a little bit about you, but if you would like to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do, and then we'll get more into your story.
Yeah, so my name is Rebecca Reynolds. I am a social media and digital strategist. I help companies build brand awareness online, get visible, get new customers, and ultimately get sales. So, and I'm a creator here on TikTok too. So cool double bonus.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so I would love to really start with like, when did you get on TikTok and what made you decide to even start posting over here?
Yeah, so February of last year, so it's kind of like my 1 year TikTok birthday. February of last year, I put in my notice at my full-time job. I was a CMO for an e-commerce brand. And I was like, man, I want to do something else. I don't know what, but I love marketing. I love social media. So we're going to go that route. And I started posting on TikTok because it was a newer platform and I had no idea how to use it. I had like done really well on Facebook. I had done really well on Facebook for the brand. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to build my own audience. And I posted 5 to 10 times a day for like a month. Just trying to learn what worked, trying different
Yeah.
things. And the funny thing that happened was I like wound up going viral and I wound up growing like 80,000 followers in that 1 month. And it
In the
happened
first month.
after, yeah, in that first month. Like we went from like, I had 200 followers and most of that was like kind of friends and family.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just post on here and see what happens. And it took off. And I was like, okay, I think I started to understand like how the app worked. And it just kind of grew from there.
That's so fun. Okay, so it's like your 1 year TikTok anniversary, your 1 year birthday anniversary. Wait, 1 year business anniversary. Um,
Yes.
okay, so what was this video that went viral? What was the secret to it, or was it just totally random?
First of all, it was stupid. It's the best thing because here's what happened. I was supposed to originally like in January-ish, like the first couple of videos I started putting out, I made sure my hair and makeup was done. I made sure, I was done up. I was like, I want to make sure like I look nice if I'm going to be online. And finally I was like, you know what? Screw it. Like I'm going to just roll out of bed and do videos about stuff that I like and talk about things that I like and I'm passionate about. And the first video that like took off hit 3.2 million views. It's still my most viral video ever.
Yeah.
And I almost deleted it because I thought it was stupid. And I'm so glad I didn't, because I was
Yeah.
like, dang, like, because I almost got rid of it. At this time, I have a 1-year-old at home. I was off work that day. And so I literally took a nap in the back seat of my car in my garage. Like
Yeah.
we had somebody come clean our house and I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm going to take a nap. And I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, I have a funny idea for a TikTok. I'm in the back seat of my car in my garage. I put on these big sunglasses and I picked up the phone and I said, you want to know how good the algorithm is? You're a mama. You wear leggings more than you wear sweatpants. You're a good mom, but you're no Pinterest mom. And I just basically labeled myself. Like
Yeah.
I just said as many like funny, obnoxious things that called out myself online. And then I pointed to the top corner and said, let's be friends. And what happened is that video took the frick off. Like there were hundreds of comments that were like, oh my gosh, like, how do you know me? Like, this is so me, LOL. Like people were sending it to their wives and their daughters.
Yeah.
Like, this is you, this is you. But what I didn't expect, and this is the reason I think it went viral, is because the opposite was true. Dads were getting this video and they were like, well, the algorithm must be broken because I'm a dad. I'm 16 and in high school. What is this?
Yeah.
So people who were like, we don't resonate with that also replied to it, which upped the engagement, which pushed it out more.
Yeah, that's
It
so
was the craziest
perfect.
thing. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you had a strategy of posting like 3 to 5 times a day, and that didn't even matter because that isn't what made your content go viral.
No.
But
No.
it did help, right? Because you got more comfortable in front of the camera, so there is
Yeah. So
advantages to
like
it.
literally, I think you should post multiple times a day. Like I tell people to post as often as it's like maintainable for them. If
Yeah,
you want to grow, like I tell people, it's a matter of learning fast. If I
yeah,
post one video a day for a month, I put out 30 videos. I got 30 reps. If I do what I did in February, I put out 5 to 10 videos a day. I was cranking out content like crazy. I had close to, 200 reps at the end of the month. And so it's not a matter of the more content you put out, the more followers you get. It's the more content you put out, the more you see what works, the more comfortable you get on camera, the more experience you get, the more you see like how people respond to different topics.
that's totally true.
And that's the value part. It's not you put out more so you got more followers. It's you put out
Yeah.
more so you got better at it more quickly.
Yeah. I just had a call with one of my clients today, and she was like, it's such a funny call because it seems so obvious, but she's like emailing me like, Jen, I have an idea. Like, can we talk? Jen, I have an idea. Can we talk? Whatever. Okay. So we get on the call, and she's like, okay, I have this idea. Like, I want to go and do videos and explain things. And I'm like, funny. Like,
Yeah.
tell you to do? Like, that's exactly what we're doing here. And so I was like, yes, go do that. I was like, as a matter of fact, as soon as we get off this call, just go do a video because you're never going to feel comfortable getting in front of the camera and doing the video. Like, you can tell me all day, and I love my clients, but so many of them struggle with this where they've like stopped themselves from actually ever recording a video. Like they get in their
They
head, right?
overthink it. Like
Yeah, where it's like
there's a
got to be this perfect thing. And it's like, I mean, I've given you a lot of direction. First of all, you're not starting from scratch. But secondly, like, you will never feel comfortable picking up the phone and talking to it until you do it at least once
yes.
and then again and again and
Yes.
again.
Yeah, the best thing you can do is not overthink it. And I
Yeah.
think in the beginning, like I said, I started posting and like I said, I came from an e-commerce store and it was fashion focused. So
Yeah.
how you looked mattered a lot. Like you needed to present, full makeup, full hair done. You needed volume. You needed to look like somebody that people wanted to be. And that was the industry I came from. And I had to break off every single thing that I thought about what I should be online and just focus on, I think that's a good idea. And then just doing it before I could overthink it. The caption would suck. There was like no editing. The editing was lame. I'm like, if it's too much editing and I'm never going to come back to it,
Yeah.
just post it as is because something is better than nothing. But yeah,
Totally.
overthinking it is a big issue when I meet with clients and prospects. They're always, we did a workshop last year. I had a bunch of small business owners come to this workshop. I hosted it for free, and they came in and I was like, okay, how many of you have posted your first video on TikTok? And like one person like raised their hand. And I
Yeah.
said, excellent. We're all recording our first video today. And
Yeah.
you saw the panic, and we went around like all in front of everybody. Everybody, I was like, okay, like what's your video about? And we did like a hook, and they recorded their video, and I walked them all through editing it, and we posted it. And I said, there, the worst video you ever create is out. It's already
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
It only goes uphill it's all uphill from here.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so actually one of the questions that I had for you is about hooks, which I thought that I wrote down. Um, but can you just, oh, I said like one of the things that I think that you are so good at is hooks. And you just mentioned it, like you help them write these hooks. So like what is a hook and how can somebody be good at it? And like why do they need it and how can they do it?
Yeah. So this is a new culture that TikTok has rolled out. TikTok has rolled out um, hook hook content. There's so much. There's billions of videos on this app. So the first 3 seconds of your video is the most important part of the video. The rest of the video can be totally lame, have no like. Not totally lame, but the rest of the video could not be very good, and you could still have a bunch of people watching your clip because the first 3 seconds is good. I'm so sorry.
Is that a dog or a baby?
It's a baby.
I saw the door opening behind you.
I was like, dadgummit, he wasn't entertained by his video long enough.
It's okay.
But the hook is what tells people this is a video you should watch, and here's why you should watch the rest. So the first 3 seconds, you need to convince people that this is interesting. It's applies to them. The video is for them. It's funny, it's shocking, it's quirky, it's anything that just grabs attention, and people have to see the next 5 to 10 seconds to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do, like, whenever I tell clients to do hooks, I'm like, the best hooks you can do are ones that they imply something else is going to happen.
Okay. So it's like clickbait, but not.
Yes, it's clickbait. I'm not against clickbait. I'm against bait and switch.
Yeah.
But I'm not against putting something funky online and then serving a lot of value behind it, which is why like it's actually pretty easy to make really good videos, because if you can get good at clickbait and then actually help people or entertain people, like actually put something good behind it, you're already 10 steps ahead of all your competitors who are just good at the clickbait and then everything else sucks.
Yeah, totally. I love that. Okay, so I want to go back a little bit. So you said like your first viral video was really geared towards moms, but your business is marketing and your background is marketing. So how comfortable were you making that shift? When did you decide to make it? I know you still create content that is more like mom related because that's who you are, but I know that you also have marketing content in there as well.
Yeah, I do both. So originally it was really uncomfortable because I'm like, okay, how am I going to go from just talking about motherhood to feeling like I'm trying to sell and pitch all the time? And what I decided was just that marketing in my business is a part of who I am. So instead of trying to make this is like my marketing page or this is just my motherhood page, I just made it, this is Rebecca Reynolds. Like this is my personal brand. I love marketing. I love business. And I, talk about the funny of being a mom and a business owner. And I think like when people are trying to grow their personal brands, they're so focused on trying to niche that they get stuck in their head. They start overthinking every piece of content. But the truth is, like, TikTok doesn't work niche on pages. It works niche per video. So as long as my video is distinct for marketing people, I'm going to attract marketing people with that video. Mm-hmm. If my video is distinct motherhood and parenthood content, it's going to attract motherhood and parenthood people with that content. So you don't really have to worry about getting niche on your page. You really just have to worry about getting niche in every single video.
Yeah, I love that. So do you think that when you work with business owners, because I know you work with 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses, like, are you encouraging them to just talk about their business, or are you encouraging the founder to be present and bringing their life into their page as well?
Yeah. So it completely depends on the business. So if the business, so I have people come in and if their goal is in 3 years to sell this business, it doesn't make sense to build the entire business with them as the face.
Yeah.
Like, so that's when we're like, okay, who can be the face of your brand? Can we get a mascot for you? Can
Yeah.
we, you know what I mean? Can there be some kind, like Duolingo is the
Yeah.
face of Duolingo's brand. It's a mascot. Same
Hmm.
thing with the sponge. But the
Yeah.
CEO of the company is featured on a lot of content, but the face of the brand is Scrub Daddy.
Hmm.
So that's one avenue to go. If you are the personal brand, then it makes sense that if people know, like, and trust you, they're going to choose your products, your services, and your business over competitors because they know, like, and trust you. So you should focus on building a personal brand. You should focus on being the face of your company. And so those are kind of two trains of thought that I ask people. I come from an e-commerce brand where they built an 8-figure business they hired models and talent to be the
Yeah.
face of the brand. And we let them, it wasn't just they were a pretty face on screen. They talked about their families. They talked about, one of
Hmm.
them was a stepmom and she talked about what it was like being a stepmom. Another one is a grandmother and she talked about what it was like, to hang out with her grandbabies while they're selling and pitching clothes.
Yeah.
And so we let them build their own personal brands under the company umbrella. And that worked
Oh,
really
that's so
well.
cool.
Yeah.
I remember when we first met too, you told me that you were working on a project or you had an upcoming project where you were hiring somebody to be the face of a brand. Is that right?
Yes. So we can have, so what I do is I'll partner with, I have a local like video company and
Hmm.
they do like commercials, like they do commercials for like television and radio and things like that. So they have voice actors and people actors and companies can ship us products and we can record videos with a bunch of different of their models and talent, see who performs well online and then bring those people on a retainer to be the face of that brand.
Yeah. So there's so many options.
Yeah, you don't have to be the face of your brand. If you want to grow quick, I think personal face and personal brand is the quickest way to do it. If
Yeah.
your long-term goal is you are able to step out of all day to day, but there's even options with that because once you record a certain amount of evergreen content, it can be
Hmm.
repurposed over and over and over again without you having to step in and do that.
Yeah. And another thing that I've noticed, like my longest TikTok client, when we started working together, we had someone who was the face of the brand, and
Mhm.
then they didn't want to do it anymore. And so we had to switch the face, and it pauses the content a little bit, like the traction, but then it picks
Yeah,
back up again, and you just keep going because this is an evolving platform. So, like, your content a lot of times is going onto the For You page, and that means that new people are seeing it all the time anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, like Duolingo is a great example. And just side note, did you see that they won like the Gary, it was like a Gary V award that gave him for like one of the best marketers.
that's hilarious. Yeah,
It's
the
so
marketers at
cool.
Duolingo are genius.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok one time with a girl who's like behind the brand or whatever. I'm like, you are just so cool. I love it. But that's like geeking out on marketing stuff. So I get excited anytime I hear like a marketing story. I'm like, repost, repost.
Yes.
But okay, so how do you like? Here's the thing: is that I, I met you last year, and you have a very special personality that does really well on camera. But not everybody has that personality. So how
Right.
are you able to replicate that for your clients and get continuous good results for the people that you're working with?
So that's something I had to learn the hard way. Was I was trying to train people how to do what I was doing, and a lot of it was based on personality. So biggest push number one is you need to be yourself online. So
Yeah.
I instead of telling them, you need to look in the camera and say this, and you need to add energy into what you're doing. Like that works for me because I'm a high energy person. It
Yeah.
doesn't, you know what I mean? It comes across as really inauthentic and it can feel fake when it's not your personality. So the first thing I do is I ask a lot of questions. Like, I want to know how they see the world so that we can frame it to attract more people who see the world they do. Like, we have to make it to where we attract the kind of people who are interested in their ideas. They're interested in their values, their morals, just the things that really tie them to other people. And then what we do is I call it a caricature of yourself. If you are dry and more, like monotone, we have a couple options with that. We can either really lean into that and all content goes dry and monotone. And this is just the personality associated with the brand. Or we maybe add a little energy to it, but we're not making you like somebody else. But I tell people, like, we want to create a caricature of you. Whatever your biggest traits are, let's crank those up 10 to 20% and make that your personality online. So it's still you.
I love that. That's so good.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so we talked about like whether you should niche or not niche. And I think that you and I even recently talked about this in a conversation about building a personal brand and how like for instance, you building your platform with content for moms that even though it may seem on the outside like that wouldn't be beneficial to your business, it actually is because you have already built this platform. And so it gives you some, what is that called? Like clout, like you have
Yeah. It's like social
proof,
proofing.
social proof.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's one of the biggest advantages to not niching is when we're talking about marketing, like there's only so many people that really care or that it could be helpful for, but there's a lot more moms out there, people that can relate to that part of your life. So I think that there's an advantage to not niching on TikTok for sure.
Yeah. I think, like, I always tell companies, I'm like, it depends on your goal. For
Hmm.
me, like, I know I can get more marketing customers if they look at my pages and I have big, hefty followings. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, because people, they talk about with marketing all the time, you sell people what they think they need so that you can give them what they actually need.
Yeah.
People, think they want to go viral online and they want these huge brand presences. And they're like, we want to go viral. We want, 100,000 followers. And that is good. But what they really want is sales. What they really want is customers. What they really want is customer buy-in.
Yeah.
And so it's my way of being like, look, like, I know how this platform works. I know how to get attention on this platform. Let me help you get attention for the things that are going to lead to you making money, that are going to lead to you building your email list, that are going to lead to assets that really help your company's bottom line.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Okay, so what would you have as advice for somebody who is just starting on TikTok? Because this is such a different landscape than it was when you started, than it was even 6 months ago, than it was 3 months ago. I swear recently, like I'm just only seeing videos from people that I'm following, and it's making me mad for not following all the other content that I like because I'm like, gosh darn it, like there's so many other creators that I like. And the people that I started following aren't necessarily the videos I want to see anymore. So,
Right.
with all of that in place, like, what do you suggest for somebody who's just starting out?
So if you're just starting out, first thing you should do is, you don't get caught in the scroll trap, but take 20, 30 minutes and watch some TikToks. Go look at industries that are similar to the industry you want to be in. So like if you're going to be selling shoes, go look at clothing and apparel brands, see what they're posting,
Hmm.
see what's taking off, look at what people are searching for. Do complementary. One of the greatest things you can do is look at like complementary industry. So like if I sell toothpaste, look for like floss companies, look
Yeah.
for dentist accounts, look for complementary accounts and see what they're doing. Look at what other people are doing. Then I would say your next biggest thing is get your first couple videos out. Like just get them under, like, because people dread them, they overthink them. They're like, my first video needs to be my best. No, your first video is going to be your worst video.
Yeah.
Expect to get 10 views on it, and then you're pleasantly surprised when you get 30 views. Like,
Yeah.
just kind of set your expectation there that I'm in this for the long haul. Consistent content gets views and builds an audience. And then the next thing I would say is niche on each video. If I'm a shoe company and I'm selling shoes, focus on, high tops and sneakerheads on one video. On the next video, talk about, different ways to lace up the sneakers. Like pick a topic that's really specific and really niche, and then focus on that in that one video and just see how it does.
I love that. I'm learning so much. I'm so grateful for you all the time. Rebecca is a huge help to me. And so I'm soaking this all in. I'm also a part of Rebecca's RMM Academy, which I love because as somebody who creates a ton of content all the time, it's really easy to have days where I feel burnout and I'm not really sure what to do and need inspiration. And that's where I use Rebecca's membership. So do you want to talk a little bit about what your membership is?
Yeah. So Reynolds Media Marketing it's a Facebook group. And what we do is we help people get consistent on their online posting. Like sometimes it's just like, I have no idea what to post today. Like I'm a business owner or I'm a freelancer, I'm a social media manager. And I'm like, I have to come up with 50 pieces of content ideas a day. And I just don't know what to post today for myself. So it's a way to get daily prompts. So Monday through Friday, a daily prompt goes out that tells you like, here's a trend idea. Here is a content idea. We post graphics in there that you can literally download and post on your page as is. And they're just designed to get you engagement. But the whole goal of that platform is really to give you the basics on social media and help you get consistent posting on your pages.
Yeah, I love it. I love that Facebook group. I'm very grateful for it. Okay, so my last question for you is, what is like your favorite piece of content that you're consuming right now? So a book that you're reading, a podcast that you just listened to, something on Netflix, something you're like loving right now.
So I'll do one for entertainment and one for business because
Okay.
I enjoy both. So for entertainment, I'm watching anime and I'm watching Campfire Cooking in Another World. And I love it. It's silly. It's goofy. It's a great change of pace. Like it's this guy,
That's awesome.
like he's put in a medieval time and he has one skill set and that is cooking. And it's
Nice.
wonderful.
I feel like that could be useful no matter what.
Yes. So like that's what I'm watching. And then business wise, I just finished the book. What was it? It was Ready, Aim, Fire. No, Ready, Fire, Aim. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's how to get from 0 to 100 million and beyond. And it just talks about the different levels in your business and what you should be focusing on. It was a great book.
That's so cool. I just started Scale, which is kind of similar, but I thought you mentioned The Eventual Millionaire. Did you mention that book ever?
I don't think so.
Okay, I got it from the library and I thought you had said something about it, but I don't know. I ended up returning it, I think. I don't know, but I like Scale.
I ended up returning it. I didn't like the book that you might have recommended.
It's not that. Okay, so during COVID times, which like whatever, but during COVID times, I was like listening to a lot of books on Audible, and I was talking to a friend and I was like, I was listening to Dare to Lead, which I love Brene Brown. So many of her books I just get like so into, but this one wasn't speaking to me. I wasn't in the place where I needed it. I wasn't in a leadership position. I was like building my company. And I told my friend, I'm like, I like it, but I'm having a hard time. And she was like, you have permission to stop reading it. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Finish the book.
And so there's been since then, like even books, like I won't finish the last chapter because I just like get over the book or whatever. And I just like do not feel bad about it. That was all of the book that I needed. And I'm done with that book. And maybe one day I'll come back to it. But I love that
though. Like, love it. It's like, I got what I needed out of this book. I don't need any more.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't feel bad about not finishing books anymore.
Yeah.
Or starting them and being like,
I'll take that because I will like muscle through to the end. I'm like, I don't even remember any of the last 3 chapters of this book, but dadgummit, I finished it.
Nope. You don't have to. You don't have to. And there's still so much you can get out of it for never having finished it. Like, like there's still so much that you're like, oh, that was such a good book. Like Big Magic is one of my favorite books. I can't even remember like the premise of it. Like I know what it was about, but I know that I loved it so much and like told so many people about it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
If you got what you needed, that was the reason you read the book.
I know.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't have to mess with your books anymore. Just put them down and move on. You might be missing out on something you're really supposed to be reading because you're trying so hard to finish this other one. Remember that.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I do this live every single Tuesday. I have some incredible guests like Rebecca here, and then you can always rewatch this on YouTube. I post it. I have no cadence to that. It just gets posted, but I'll tag you in it when I do. And I will be back next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jen.
Thanks. Bye.